you.
For
First
a final
frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
between Steve Davis and Ronnie O'Sullivan, both Londoners, of course. So it'll be interesting to see which way the crowd goes today. We're always a little biased towards the London player. With two of them, there's going to be a lot of cheering. And of course the interest, Dennis, is going to be the contrast in styles.
Yes, of course they do know each other's game so well. They have practiced together. But this is totally different. Major final. Well, that was pretty close there. And certainly no problem with the cue action. But can he keep this young man at bay?
Well, Steve checked that there wasn't a red to the left middle. I think the pink's in the way. The other one will go, but it's a finer cut.
Probably the best tactician that we've ever had in the game, Steve Davis. But Ronnie's got quite a good safety game, and it's needed. I'm not quite sure if Steve's got the angle to come off the cushion there just above the middle pocket and get to that red. He might have to go into the back of the reds. We'll see.
Touching ball.
Steve hitting that one far too thickly, and all the pace out of the cue ball has left Ronnie a good chance.
One.
And I do really think it's important for Ronnie to get off to a good start today, not get bogged down by Steve's superior tactical play.
Four.
One of those two reds is fairly close to the black spot.
5.
I think the red that's just above the black will still pot after this. Plenty of room there.
13. 20. 21. 26. 27. 32. 33.
Just looking there was two reds. Ronnie had a glance at it. It might just be a plant into the right corner pocket. The one just behind the pink onto another. Not quite sure. Might just be able to see that shortly.
38.
And there you go. It's looks as if it's on.
39. 45. 46.
'Just over 3 minutes so far. Making a
53.
plus 50 break.
54.
Oh, and that's perfect into the reds.
61. 62.
Well, Red, this is an incredible start from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
68.
The
69.
referee only just time to spot the colour before Ronnie potted the red.
Well,
75.
that's, virtually enough to take the opening frame.
76.
Wonderful start for this young man.
'83.
And in the opening frame of this
84.
best of 19 final, the high break of the tournament so far at risk.
91.
Mark
92.
Williams holds the highest one at 115. And there you see possible 134 to set a target
99.
for a £15,000 prize for that.
100.
Well, he just got the wrong side of the blue, but immediately got down and potted the yellow
102.
as though it was over the pocket.
104. 105.
I'm sure
107.
Mark Williams will be sitting at home watching this, and he'll be seeing his £15,000 disappear very shortly.
111.
What a start.
Well,
116.
he just achieved the high break prize with 116. Steve Davis couldn't do a thing about that. So the young pretender, Ronnie O'Sullivan, takes the opening frame. And truly cueing like a dream. He's played pretty well this week, but I think he's probably timing the ball there as well as we've seen him this week, Dennis. Never looked in trouble.
Yes, what a great confidence booster for Ronnie to play so well in the opening frame. And as you say, his cue action was superb there. And what a problem for Steve Davis. That'll give him something to think about. But he's seen it all before. He'll know exactly what he's got to do. He knows he can outplay Ronnie at the tactical side of the game, but you can't do anything about a player when he's in the balls and just doesn't miss.
Yes, I think against Ken Doherty he played very well yesterday, but to be fair, Ken did miss his chances and didn't put any pressure on Steve. But that opening visit from Ronnie has really opened things up, and Steve's got something to put his mind to. But there's no cleverer mind in snooker than
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The second
Steve Davis.
frame, Steve Davis to break.
Well, a great reply from Ronnie. There is probably a line through to this red to the right corner. It looks pretty straight. And the blacks are waiting, but should he miss it, a lot of reds are waiting Ronnie.
Yes, against a lot of players, Steve would take this on. He may still do that. He's got a slight angle on it, so he might be able to take it on and take the cue ball back towards the bulk end of the table. He knows only too well if he takes it on, tries to hold for the black and misses it, he'll be able to go and sit down for a while.
One.
Pretty well forced to have a go at that red, and committed himself to getting on the black, give himself every chance of potting it, but it could well cost him something here.
Yeah, the black spot is occupied, but it won't be too far off its spot, as near as possible to that red, in a direct line behind the spot. But it means the red is tied up.
8.
The black is potable into the corner pockets, but the red is certainly not.
Nine. Eleven. Twelve. $19. 20.
Now this time a chance to nudge that red away from the black spot. But I think the fact that John Street had to take a few moments
27.
to get the black on its spot just delayed Ronnie, and
28.
he's playing at a lovely pace at the moment. Not express fast, but not wasting time either. And when he is in this mood,
35.
he looks as if he's never going to miss one.
$36. $43.
Steve sitting there in admiration, but
44.
don't want this to go on for too long.
$51. 52.
And that was interesting. Referee stood perfectly still there, even though he was still in the line of fire for Ronnie, but Ronnie was down on the shot, so the ref just froze where he was. He's certainly testing the old nerve of John Street here. Pink spot tied up, so he's got to get as close to that red in a direct line towards the black.
58. $59.
Well, he might even... Well, there's two loose reds, so he wants to secure the frame first.
$66. 67.
Wow, this is amazing stuff.
72. 73.
And if he gets the cannon right into the three reds, could be another century break.
$78. 79.
Well, this virtually packed auditorium
86.
want to applaud, but Ronnie is playing position
87.
so well that he's not having to pull out anything spectacular. But there'll be a burst in a few moments.
93. 94.
Wow. back-to-back centuries to open
102.
this first session. Wonderful snooker.
108. 110.
He took the lead for the high break prize in the first frame at his first visit, or scoring visit.
113.
And could well set a higher target here. Well, Ronnie is apt to do that. Is the brown in? He's walked away. He had one flute to keep the break going.
113, Ronnie
But
O'Sullivan.
a great roar of applause from this audience. Magnificent stuff from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's not given Steve a chance. 2-0 to the young man.
Well, they call him the Rocket, don't they? My goodness, Steve Davis must be wondering if he's going to sit in the chair all afternoon. Look at this centuries board at the moment. There's Ronnie going in, as Ray was saying, with that 116 for openers. 113, I can't remember a final starting with 2 centuries in a row like that, and he's also got a 108 as well. But only that number so far in this 23rd Benson Hedges Masters. The best one last year was 144. There has been 147, Kirk Stevens in 84. John Virgo sitting here with me. John, I mean, what a start. What do you do against that?
It's unbelievable. Great natural talent. I don't know what Steve's got to do at the moment. He's got to not miss, and he hasn't had a chance.
Well, he's got to get to the table first.
He's got to get to the table, and it's going to be very difficult. I mean, it's just a genius at work, that.
I mean, Ronnie was saying of his 2 previous matches, even though he'd beaten Stephen Hendry, he wasn't happy with his play. He wasn't that happy in the next one either. I said he was saving it all for Sunday. And he did say he wanted to play Steve Davis.
Yeah, I think that's the key. I think, as he said to you last night, he wanted to play Steve, and he's up for it. And, well, so far, it's just unbelievable snooker.
Thank you.
So just reminding you, the first
Thank you, ladies and
10
gentlemen.
in this final,
The
in this
third
house,
frame.
really buzzing here, I can tell
Ronnie
you.
O'Sullivan to break.
You probably are at home. 2-0 to Ronnie, and here he is back at the table. Don't blink.
Yes, and this will be putting a bit of pressure on Steve Davis's cue action. And there's a tempting red here to the left corner. But again, when you've got a battering ram following you, it just makes these pots that much more difficult. But he's up to it. Wonderful shot, Dennis.
Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe
Foul 4.
it. The thing about
Ronnie
that,
O'Sullivan.
Ray, was he didn't study this time. He got straight down. He'd made his mind up. He was going for the red, and to knock the yellow in, well, he could play that a million times and not do it. So Ronnie putting Steve back in again, as he can do.
Yes, he can get through clearly to the red to the right. It looks as if he can't, but he can. There's no free ball there. The referee had a good look. So he's got a tricky safety shot here. Sporting occasions, exhibitionist, young lady streaking. It brought the crowd to life, as it were. A good laugh, but really it's very off-putting for the players.
And Ronnie having a glass of water, and I think he needs it. Did he see?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ronnie's smiling, but Trevor Jones straight eyes, and that really brought a smile from Steve Davis.
So back-to-back centuries are first in a major final. I think that's the first streaker, and let's hope it's the
Thank
last.
you. Could quieten down now, please. Thank you.
Ronnie still having a good laugh, but it didn't stop him playing a near perfect safety shot. And Steve needs a good reply. Well, he was in trouble. I think he may well have got away with that. He certainly hasn't left Ronnie any easy pot as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Well, Ronnie's getting the extension out. It's a straightforward safety shot off a couple of other reds, so maybe he's going to try and snick this one in. It's a very thin contact. But the mood he's in, he probably wants to take anything on. Where's the cue ball going? He's not snookered, but I don't think he can get through to the red that's over the corner pocket. Now that's what's facing Steve Davis. Could come off the cushion, try and flick the red in. Very risky. You can't really leave that red over the pocket though. Maybe just come off the side cushion and play a little delicate safety shot. Well, the way he's shaping up, it's a plant he's going for. Well, to pull that shot off, Ray, cue action had to be absolutely perfect.
Lots of distance between the reds, no margin of error. And it could be that Steve has perhaps decided that if he gets a half chance, he's got to take it on because of the scoring power of Ronnie. And of course, Steve, if he does get in an attacking move, we've seen this before.
3.
He really can build breaks very quickly, but haven't seen it as much lately in his play.
Four.
Yeah, he's very disappointed with that. He's left himself with a choice of a very difficult green or just a safety shot off the yellow back to the bulk cushion.
Four. Steve Davis.
Playing against Steve Davis in the mid-80s when he was dominating the game, the only way you could beat him was to match him at the safety side of the game. Ronnie's
One.
matching him for safety, but some of the pots he's pulling out is quite extraordinary. I think that baffles Steve, the red going in there.
Four.
I think Ronnie had never even
Four.
looked to the red, just
Ronnie
played to
O'Sullivan.
drop on the pink. He mustn't get overconfident against Steve. And I'm sure that wasn't the reason there, just complete lapse.
One.
Steve purposely taking the yellow there because it does clear the path for the pink into the same pocket.
Three.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the pink spot's occupied though, Dennis, and if he does play for the pink, it's going to go on the black spot and be out of commission there, so he may well go back for the blue a couple of times.
Four.
But he's just not gone far enough for ease of getting close to the next red.
So it looks as if he's still going to take the pink on, but and as you mentioned, Ray, pink going
Ten.
onto the black spot, so pink and black out of commission.
11.
He's got to be very precise now with this positional play. Got to get on the red in such a way as to be able to get up for the blue. Well, that could be
16.
very unfortunate. Not sure if he can get through to the reds. Yeah, I think the inside of those two reds pots. Oh, it's in the middle pocket.
Well, 16, Steve Davis. 4, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
He had very little margin of error there to work with screwing that back, but that can always happen.
One.
No easy pot on, but the way the reds are situated, down this end near the black. If Ronnie was to play a snooker, I'm sure Steve would find an angle to get to those reds. So he's taking the brown on.
1, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
But that's another lapse.
Yes, he just got a little bit annoyed with himself there, so Steve Davis will be taking that all in. To make 2 century breaks, I suppose he is a little bit disappointed at missing a few pots.
One.
But this could be a great chance for Steve to open the pink and black up and a few reds with it. I think he's got an angle to be able to pot the brown, avoid
Brown ball.
cannoning onto the blue. So if this works out, I'm surprised he played it at that pace. I thought he would have just forced it a little bit into the reds.
Five, Steve Davis.
Well, I'm not absolutely sure what Ronnie played then. Whether he played to just clip it very fine and just take the cue ball a few feet away, we'll never know, but the red just above the black will go. Well, I think Steve hoped to be on the black. The pink will go to the middle, but I don't think Steve will take it on. 13 points in front.
Pink ball. One, Steve Davis.
this frame just over 17 minutes long. First 2 frames only lasted 18 minutes. I think this type of frame has just come at the right time for Steve Davis, just to settle things down. Very low scoring frame, but it's important that Steve takes it.
Ronnie can pot the red that's between black and pink, but I think electing to bring this red out off the cushion screw back for safety.
There's one possible shot that Steve could take on, the one, well, in fact, not that red, possibly the one that's next to the black, and come round those angles.
Well, Ronnie had the same shot on virtually, with a much bigger target to hide the cue ball behind. Black, brown and green. Played it very badly. Has left an easy red, and Ronnie, having been so calm and cool in the first two frames, didn't look as if he had a care in the world. Now a little bit agitated. A long way to go. Best of 19. He's going to play a few bad shots along the way.
A little glance at the scoreboard. Just working out which colour to play for. You'd think he could get onto the black. It would help to bring it back up on the spot, but he doesn't have to do that.
1.
He's still got the pink available, so he can get nicely up to the reds off the brown.
Five. 6.
He's going to need both reds. So that one on the top cushion might just be a slight problem.
12.
He's only going to need
13.
the red, though. He won't have to play a position for a colour, so he wants to get fairly close to that red to make the pot a little bit easier along the cushion.
Well, he just needs the red. It's a tricky little shot. He would have preferred to have been a little straighter so that he just rolled it in. He only needs the red. But from an angle, these are missable, particularly if you play them quickly at any pace. I just thought for a moment it was
20.
staying out. Sigh of relief, I'm sure, by Steve. So the cool head of the former
26.
world champion 6 times, paying off in this third frame. having withstood the onslaught of the first two.
28. 31. 35. 40. 46 and the break.
So a very cool, efficient 46 break from Steve Davis stops the rot. He's still 2 behind though, at 2-1 to Ronnie.